Good morning. Sometimes we think, I'm doing so much to bring about success, yet it's still eluding me. I don't know why. There is yet another very important principle of success that I want to share with you this morning, and that is make sure to resolve all incompletions in your life. What's an incompletion? Anything that doesn't feel resolved. From borrowed items not returned to debts unpaid or even unacknowledged that you owe or are owed to you. From elderly aunts in a nursing home who you haven't visited to promises you made to your children not kept. From something between you and a loved one not resolved to places you are out of integrity that you haven't made right. Just like physical clutter holds you back, this is clutter as well. It's mental and emotional clutter. All of these things are like invisible cords holding you back from your success. Scan your life and see what is incomplete. You don't have to complete it all at once, but take one thing each week and put it on your weekly to-do list. You'll start feeling lighter and lighter as all of these cords are severed. Another thing that holds us back, perhaps the most, is lack of forgiveness. There's a Sufi saying, as long as there is room in your heart for one enemy, your heart is not a safe place for a friend. Asking someone's forgiveness or saying you're sorry or just clearing something up between you and another person, which is probably just a misunderstanding in the first place, frees you in miraculous ways. When people tell me that someone did something to them that they just can't forgive, I always think of the wonderful true story told by Elaine Prevallet in her book, Towards a Spirituality for Global Justice, A Call to Kinship. The story goes like this. This is a true story about a powerful moment that took place one day at a meeting of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission in South Africa following the end of apartheid. The purpose of this commission was to allow the country to move forward as one nation by beginning to heal from the monstrous acts of inhumanity that were perpetrated by the oppressive political system during that dark time in South Africa's history. In order to receive amnesty from the commission, the people who were accused of these horrible crimes had to face the victims themselves or the victims' families and hear them share the impact the crimes they had perpetrated had had on the victims' lives. Here is what happened that day. Next in line at the commission was an elderly black woman who slowly rose to face 3 white security officers, one of whom had just confessed to the brutal murders of both her husband and her only son. The woman had been forced to witness the killing of her husband, whose last words had been, "Father, please forgive them." When her turn came to speak, a member of the commission asked the woman what she wanted in the way of justice. Her answer stunned all those in the courtroom. She said that she wanted 3 things. First, she wanted to be taken to the place where her husband's body had been burned so she could gather the dust from the place and give his remains a proper burial. Second, because her husband and son were her only family, she wanted the man who had killed them to become her son. And twice a month, she wanted him to come and visit and spend the day with her so she could pour out to him the love she still had remaining in her heart to give. And third, she wanted him to know that she offered him her forgiveness, just as her husband had done. Then she asked that someone help her to walk across the room to where the man was standing so she could take him in her arms, embrace him, and let him feel that he was really forgiven. As the court assistants began to lead the elderly woman across the room, the security officer who had murdered her husband, overwhelmed by what he had just heard, fainted. And as the woman continued to walk, now to come to his aid, one person began and everyone else in the entire courtroom joined in to sing ever so softly, "Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound." So I ask you, has anyone really done something so terrible to you that they can't be forgiven? You know that everyone, given their circumstances, does the best they can. Let me suggest that you pick up the phone and call that person today. And don't be attached to the outcome. This is for you and for your success and for your lifetime of happiness.
Thank you, Debra Poneman. That is really wonderful. What a gift. Thank you.